The question is that the motion be agreed to. The Honourable Judith Collins.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, do you know, I actually quite like Ron Mark, and I'm very sorry to see he and my other good friend Annette King having a bit of an argument, because, frankly, I don't know why people don't understand that Ron Mark is actually one of the nicer people in New Zealand First, because he's such a good guy. He doesn't even want to talk about the Search and Surveillance Act, which this government got through when I was the Minister of Justice. He forgot to mention that one. And unfortunately, New Zealand First and Ron Mark didn't vote for it, so they can't take any credit at all for the excellent work that's now going on to help keep New Zealanders safer. But I am so pleased he's raised an issue that I want to talk about today, and that is the issue of gangs in this country. Now, my colleague Anne Tolley and I announced some measures yesterday, but this is a lot of work that's going on with our agencies around gangs. I'm going to say something that hasn't often been said in this parliament, and that's that gangs are bad. Gangs and their behaviours are bad, and the people who suffer the most from them are not you and me, Mr. Speaker, but they're actually their own families. They are, in fact, the big perpetrators of family violence, and all these people who want to bang on about we've got too many people in prison. OK, so stop killing kids, stop beating up your spouse, and actually you won't go to prison. So it's pretty clear, really. Ron's with me on this one. Stop killing people, you'll be fine. We'll leave you alone. So that's my message to the gangs. And my message is, we know what you're doing. Police are working around with other agencies. We've got far better powers now because the privacy changes we made, but also the search and surveillance law, which don't remind you, Mr. Speaker, New Zealand First didn't vote for that, that law which is helping police in their work. But isn't it great to be part of a sensible government doing what we said we'd do, which is focus on social investment? Today, Mr. Speaker, after 7 years of a John Key-led government, New Zealand is a stronger and more prosperous country. Never before have we seen, in the last 40 years, more people coming from Australia to live here than leaving New Zealand to go there. And it's not just Kiwis returning back home, it's Australians coming here too. All around the world, we're looking at governments that are not stable. This is a stable government. Not like, say, the poor old Labour Party. Well, they're stable in their instability, if that could ever be possible. And what that is really, what is it that they stand for? Are they for free trade? Well, it depends. They're for free trade with China, but they don't like people with Chinese names. They're for free trade with Korea, but they're not sure about them because they've got Asian names too. What else are they against? Oh, I know what. They want to sign up to TPP. No, they don't want to sign up to TPP. And good on Dr. David Clark, because today Dr. Clark actually asked a supplementary question on the TPP, the first one that we've had from the Labour Party that anyone can remember. No, Jacinda Ardern says no, they've done that. Oh, no, they don't like that. Well, no, the questions were all in the Labour caucus. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Phil Goss voting with the government. Well, actually, that is a party that's all over the place. Let's look at the flag referendum. Well, everyone knows my views on the flag. You know, I'm pretty wedded to the current one. But you know what? I'd go with the public. I'd go with whatever the result is, the referendum. The Labour Party's own policy is change the flag, have a flag referendum. That's their policy. What are they doing? I don't know, not supporting the government on it. So that tells me that they're flip-flopping all over the place, not sure, looking for a poll, trying to have a view. That's what we've got for our major opposition party. No wonder New Zealand First is looking so good compared to them. And no wonder the Greens look so good compared to them. Let's just talk about some more national security issues. Are they for or against terrorism? Are they for or against the GCSB? Are they for or against the SIS? Are they for or against what's going on in the world at the moment? How would you know? How would we know? Would they be the people who you'd want to trust, Mr. Speaker, with your national security? The answer is no, you could not. For a start, we had Andrew Little against New Zealand trainers going into Iraq. Absolutely against it. We don't want to have that. We're in a bar of it. Next thing, a few minutes later, no, we want those trainers in Iraq. Well, thank goodness we didn't hold the plane waiting for Mr. Little to agree, because we'd be here all day waiting for it. Now, the other thing he also says we should send now more troops in. Well, I don't know, where is he? Has he got approval from anyone else? Has he got support from his party? Probably not. So then we have the age of entitlement for super. He was musing the other day about how we'd like to raise the age of entitlement to the super, and then he saw the poll, and he backtracked back away from that. So what we have on the opposition, I've got to say, very, very, very diverse views in the Labor Party. No one's agreeing on anyone,
Order.
but...
Members' time has expired.